Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? Just horsing around with this Musily Melody Pulse guitar that I received to do a demo on. That video is in the description below. Yeah man, I like playing this thing just as is. It's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed. So in the first video I got a bunch of comments. Some people were really impressed with it. Some people really liked it. Some people said it's not even close to the real one. And I'm thinking to myself, well, it's not the real one. It's an interpretation of the original. It's a different headstock. It's a different name on the headstock. The finish is obviously different, but it's clear what they were trying to offer. And that's a super affordable version of the guitar that Prince made known to all of us. So this gets a double thumbs up in my book. So today is dissection day. We're going to take this thing apart. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around, because here we go. The first thing we're going to do to this thing is take the strings off. And with the magic of YouTube, voila! Don't need to make you guys watch me take strings off. Man, how boring is that? But two good things to note. Number one, none of these ferrules popped out when pushing the strings out. They are in there, and they are flush mounted to the body. And number two, for those of you who, like to know this stuff, these are not colored ball end strings. So I do not know if there's a specific brand name to these strings. And I don't care. But just so you know. 10 millimeter socket. Got a check here. Oh, these are all nice and tight. Yeah, these are really tight. Huh. That's the first. Most guitars that you get, especially the ones that travel from another continent, expansion and shrinkage of the wood based on humidity levels and temperatures, usually these are all loose. These tuners, wow, look at that. There is zero play in any of these tuner posts, like none. And now some of you might be saying, yeah, well that's just because that washer and that nut is in place. No, I've had many tuners where these are super loose even with these in place. But if that was the case, that these posts are only tight because of these nut retainers and washers, who cares? That's what you want, right? You want these nice and tight. The least amount of play you have up here, that translates to more tuning stability. Another thing to note is these tuners are nice and smooth. I do want to check the tuner ratios. So I'm going to grab a toothpick here, snap it in half. I'm going to jam one end in the tuner, and we're going to line this up so that it's square to the side of the headstock. And there you go, my tuner is vertical, up and down. Put that on here. Every time my winder is in this position, it'll be one full turn. 1, 2, 14, 15. 15 to 1 tuners. Personally prefer 18 or higher. Some of my guitars have tuners that have a 20 to 1 ratio, but 15 you can definitely work with. This we determined was a bone nut, so that's all good. But I do want to check to see if this is a 4mm Allen wrench, and yes it is. Goes in there easily, and and it's super smooth to turn. No issues with the truss rod, that's good. One thing that's definitely going is this string tree. I do not like these little string trees, and I'll show you why in a minute. I like that they have this nice beefy screw in there. So these string trees are made with super thin metal, and they're straight across the top. And the other thing that I don't like about these, you can just bend them. Look at that. I folded that thing. I know it's kind of blurry, but I folded that thing on itself. There's no stability there. So these are gone. In its place, I'm going to install this Fender style string tree. This particular one is made by Musily. I buy a lot of my guitar parts from Musily. Kind of sounds like Musily, but no, this comes from Musily, which is a different company as far as I know. The only thing I do with these is I clip that little pin. So I'm just going to do that right quick and I'll be right back. I just use some fret end nippers, snip that off, run a little sandpaper over it, and it's nice and flush. Reuse the same screw and simply reinstall. So that is ready to go for when we restring again. All right, let's take this neck off. Not sure if I mentioned this in the first video, but these guitars have oversized strap buttons, which is kind of nice. Gives you a little extra protection. Hole in the middle of this? Yes, there is. It's a nice one too. This one has a protective plastic plate on the back, which I particularly like. I always use these if they're on guitars. I know a lot of guys take them off and they say that they're not good, but man, they just protect the finish. I use them all the time. The body isn't drilled for these screws. They're threading in, and you guys know that I don't like that. But again, super nice, very clean. So let's take this neck off. Holy smokes, you guys. Look at this. I can just... That's a tight-fitting neck pocket right there. And that's not because the poly's sticking on it. Like, I can, you know, this neck is coming out, but you have to work it. This is a $300 guitar here. I've seen looser neck pockets on $2,000 Fender guitars. There we go. Nice and clean. Not a whole lot of buffing compound, just a little bit on the edge here. Very minimal splintering where the screws enter the back of the neck here. Wow, check out this neck pocket. Holy smokes, look at that. It's super clean. There's no buffing compound in there or anything. Wow. Couple of holes though. You can see there's 3 extra holes there. So I'm guessing that is where they screw in the plate or whatever it is they're using to hang this guitar up or to put it on a rotisserie, you know, to spray it. Impressive. All right. Time to take some pickguards off. I don't know what happened to this screw, but it's totally bent. That is weird. I don't know if it's put in like that at the factory or if it bent as it was getting drilled in, but it is bent. Anyway, a bent screw is better than a broken screw. Anyway, I'll replace that. Let's see what it looks like under the pickguard. Okay, very clean. So interesting, you see this yellow finish on the back here? So that is the print that you see on this pickguard. This pickguard, when you look on the edge here, you can see that it's a clear pickguard, but the print is on the back. So that's where these leopard spots are coming from. It gives it like a 3-dimensional effect. It's pretty cool, actually. Not surprising, these are ceramic pickups. There's 2 white striped lines. I don't know what that represents, but you can feel there's wax everywhere. So these have been wax potted. There's actual wax on wires here of these pickups. And that's shielding paint. Yep. Good job, Musily. So we have some options here. It's not a big route. You couldn't put a full-size humbucker in there. I think there'd be room for maybe a small P90 in there. Or like a little soap bar pickup. It's not like a paper stripe. It's actual wood. Like it's a 1/16 of an inch thick. This is just a pickguard. So this will come right off. And again, shielded cavities. It looks like they added a wood shim in there. You see that in the corner? So to allow for this to bolt on. So maybe they made this route a little bigger than necessary. There'd be a room for a Telecaster pickup. You could even route that out square. You could go from this corner, go square across. Go from this corner, go square across. And you could have a nice big area to mount a humbucking pickup. And this plate is big enough that you could cut this out to fit a humbucker as well, if you wanted to do that. I think I'm going to keep this as stock as possible, but I think I will upgrade the pickups. to something with a little bit more output. Again, we have shielding paint. We might as well go ahead and take this bridge off. So nice inch and a quarter long screws, and there's 5 of them, so lots of stability at the bridge. Yep, and just a typical 6-saddle shorty bridge. So you could mod this if you wanted to. A little bit of sawdust there. Let me just get rid of that. It's a braided wire, but it's been thinned and it's embedded in the finish. These string through body holes are nice and straight. There's no issues there. No splintering, nice and smooth. So yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna keep this bridge. If I was gonna change this bridge, my only reason for doing it would be to change the color. As far as the quality of the bridge goes, I have no hesitations about it whatsoever. The only thing that could be an issue is bridge placement, depending on the scale length of the neck. If the bridge wasn't installed at the correct place, you may not have enough forward and backward movement of the saddle to allow for accurate intonation. But I really don't think that's going to be a problem with this guitar from what I'm seeing right now. And lastly, place your bets on whether or not we have full-size pots and a real blade switch, or a box switch and some mini pots, or maybe a box switch and full-size pots, or maybe mini pots and a real blade switch. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, look at that. Well, we have shielded cavities. Yep. So we have full-size pots and a box switch. And this, just a typical box switch, but it feels very precise. So I don't think there'd be any reason to change it. It's not cloth wire. It's just the, typical plastic wire. These are unbranded pots. From the top, I can see they are B250K pots. I prefer the B pots because when you turn the dial, they are very precise. These are long shaft pots, which would not be needed on a tele plate. Long shaft pots are needed when you're going through a body because you usually have about 1/4 inch of material. But they are adjusted lower with an additional nut at the bottom side of the control plate. Looks like a green chiclet. There's no value on it. And traditional Telecaster volume tone wiring. And the only thing we didn't really take apart is the jack. And you know what? It's a jack. I don't care if it's a pure tone jack. I don't care if it's a cheap jack. It's a jack. It's not going to change your tone. It's not going to make you play better. It's not going to make you sound better. Might give you a little bit more stability with your cable, but that's it. So this screw hole is very close to the edge of the control cavity. And this one, I have lots of room. So the top edge is chipped out, but it's where it needed to be tight to this pick guard. And that screw binds in there pretty good, so we're fine. So far, from what I'm seeing, as far as hardware goes, neck into pocket fitment, fit and finish, quality control, that's hard to beat for 300 bucks. And for all of you guys saying that this is a terrible copy of the original Prince guitar, I would love to see you guys build one from scratch and have it turn out a fraction as good as this one, where you would make a profit selling it for 300 bucks. I don't know what you guys expect for 300 bucks, but for me, if I get a body that's straight, routed properly, has shielded cavities, everything works, and a neck that actually feels good, has no fret sprout, a bone nut, and tuners that have no slop in them, how can you go wrong? How can you nitpick a guitar like that? At this price point, you have to understand there are going to be variances in the products that you get. The QC will have margins, and they'll be a little wider than perhaps on a $2,000 or $3,000 rendition of this particular model. But that's to be expected. So maybe I got one that's a little better than average, or maybe this is average, Or as far as I know, maybe mine's a little below average. But if that's the case, it's still good at below average. There's nothing there that can't be tweaked to my player preference. This neck I'm going to have to address because I do not like poly. In fact, and this is to all guitar builders out there, budget or otherwise, I am not a professional guitar player. Yes, I play in a band. Yes, people pay me to play. But I don't make a living playing in a band. It's supplementary income. It covers my gas to and from the gig. It covers my expenses for the gig, including guitar strings, setups, whatever I need to get stuff ready to do the gig. And it allows me a little bit of spending cash to buy more gear and to share it with my YouTube family. Okay, so I am not a professional musician. Clearly, you have heard me play. Okay, there's no secrets here, all right? However, I have never, in my 30-some years of playing in bands, I have never met a guitar player, not a guitar collector, not someone who buys guitars to put them on their wall for a conversation piece, not someone who has more money that he knows what to do with and he buys like high-end everything and doesn't know how to play a note. Not those guys. Guitar players, guys that are on the road, guys that play 3-4 hour gigs, or are session players in the studios around here. I have never met one single guitar player that has said, I love a super shiny, heavily polyed neck. Ever. I've never met one. Why companies like Fender add multiple coats of this plasticized poly film finish on their necks is totally beyond me. I have never met anyone who plays guitar who likes this finish. So Musily, West Creek, Firefly, Fender, Gibson, Ibanez, I don't care who's out there, who's watching, don't spray this stuff on your necks. It looks fantastic. I agree. It looks good. If you're hanging your guitar on a wall or you have it as a display for someone to look at, it's the way to go. I mean, it's beautiful, right? It really brings out the grain in the wood. It's shiny. Who doesn't like shiny? But on a practical player application, this stuff is terrible. As soon as you start to heat up and you get sweaty, this is like Velcro to your skin, man. It's just sticky. It's hard to slide. You're fighting the neck the whole night. So for me, the way I rectify this is with sandpaper. Not the green scouring pads or the 4/0 steel wool. I use sandpaper. For something this heavily polyed, I would start with 400 grit, then I'll double that to 800, then I'll go to 1,000, and then I'll finish with 3,000. And this neck will be baby bottom smooth by the time I'm done with it. If you're out there and you love these super sticky poly finishes on the back of a guitar neck, please comment and explain. So there you have it. We did the dissection. This thing is an awesome modding platform. Super easy to upgrade. So if you guys would like to see how to take a budget guitar and make it your own by tweaking it, dialing it in, join me in part 3 because that's exactly what I'm going to do with this one. You guys take care. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.